very excited to welcome you to the second annual conference on communication ethics. This morning, we have the distinct honor of hearing a dialogue between Elder Butch Dick and Russell Johnston entitled Narratives of Ethics, Communication, and Relationality from a Lekwungen and an Anishinaabe Worldview. Elder Butch is from the Lekwungen community, better known today as the Songhees First Nation. His family roots extend to the Xw'chalth'lap community, today known as the Tsartlip First Nations, and his grandma on his paternal side was from Ditidaht, which is part of the Nuu'cha'nulth speaking communities. Butch Dick taught First Nations art and culture awareness in the Victoria School District for 61 years, in School District 61 for over 25 years. He played a vital role in co-developing much of the First Nations art curriculum for students in kindergarten to grade 12, as well as adorning many schools with his original works, which either reflected the school spirit or local traditional landmarks. As an established Master Carver and internationally renowned Lekwungen Artist, his artwork is scattered throughout Victoria, British Columbia, and the world. Russell Johnston has been a guest on the traditional lands of the Cosepsum and Lekwungen families for 6 years, hailing from Cape Crocker unceded First Nation via the traditional territories of Mississaugas of the Anishinaabe. Russ's background includes work in Indigenous community research, entrepreneurial consulting, sustainable economic development, and cultural protocol education. Russ holds a diploma in Foundations of Indigenous Learning, a Bachelor of Arts in Indigenous Studies and History, and a Master of Indigenous Governance. His scholarly works navigate the intersection of emotional cognizance and traditional knowledge systems rooted in personal, familial, and communal well-being. I would like to thank Elder Butch and Russ for taking the time to join us today. And if I may, before we have the honor of Elder Butch's welcome, I wanted to share a few notes of gratitude and share my hope for what we may gain from the conference. This conference was made possible because of a tremendous team of people, and a special note of gratitude to Louise Baxfield, who couldn't make it today because of a personal matter, and our hearts and our hopes go to you and your family, Louise. To the School of Communication and Culture administrative team, which includes Jen Maxwell, Glendora Scarfone, Neha Sharma, Jackie Lee, and Tanya Smith, who've all gone way beyond what was ever expected in their day-to-day work world to make this event happen. Thank you to all of you. To Karen Sikera and Amara Angus, who have done a fantastic job promoting the event. To Dr. Yasser Abdallah Rame and his tireless team of student volunteers, thank you. To Robert Remington, who recruited many of our speakers and advised on the direction of the conference and who is presenting later this afternoon, thank you. To the participants who have offered their time and expertise, thank you. And finally, to you, the audience, who have joined us from all across Canada and beyond, thank you. And you may be interested to know that we have actually more than 800 people registered for this conference, which is a tremendous number. And I'm proud of that number. And I shared that with Russ yesterday afternoon. And he commented in his wise ways, and if you don't know Russ, you'll soon know what I mean. He said, "Congratulations, Chase. That is a great measure of success for those who measure success in terms of numbers." And we had a little chuckle about that. And it made me think, though, that we often measure success in our communication efforts in terms of numbers. We talk about the numbers of views, the clicks, the reach, the dollars, the ROI. But what if we changed our measure of success to something different? What if we measured communication in terms of ethical impact? How would that modify our relationships, our economies, and our communities? Will we have a more inclusive and diverse, sustainable form of communication? I hope that we would. And I hope that over the course of the next 2 days, we gain some different ideas about what is ethical communication and how it can be integrated into our daily practices, how we may measure the impact of ethical communication in our lives. And with that, I am very grateful now that Elder Butch Dick has agreed to join us today, along with Russ. And thank you, Elder Butch, for sharing your time and your knowledge with us. And I turn it over to both you and Russell.
I'm grateful, Chase. Morning, Butch.
Hi, Russ.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, good. I was wondering if you would give us the honor and the privilege of giving us a welcome this morning to this space and to these lands.
Certainly. Yeah, Xw'chalth'lap, Xw'chalth'lap, Lekwungen Artist, Nuu'cha'nulth, Xw'chalth'lap, Nuu'cha'nulth. And I start off just by mentioning my First Nation name, which is Xw'chalth'lupton. And I'm here this morning as a Lekwungen elder. And the other part was to welcome each and every one, and realizing the numbers, that kind of scared me, but I welcome everyone from all across Canada, and some of you may be still in winter weather. We're just kind of experiencing a cold spell here, but it's looking so bright outside, and it looks warm, but it's very deceiving. So it's always good to sit with Russ and talk with Russ, and thank you for this honor. You know, it's always good to meet, people from all over, even if it's on Zoom. You know, you're sort of starving for seeing other people because of isolation.